So I'm gonna rank each exotic on high-end content, consistency and ease of use, and fun to play. Frosties are by base, like in Season of Plunder, I've used to use them quite a bit. I like them by base. They're really cool. The effect on them is really cool. But the thing is, right, I wish they would give you while you sprint, like each second you sprint or something, they would give you a certain amount of ability. I think that would make them really good. But right now, it's just you have 100% higher ability regen. So they're not that great, to be honest. They're not that great. You know what? I'm gonna put them in D tier just because they look actually really good. And they're super easy to actually use. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just have to basically play the game to activate them. Balance of power. So balance of power, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure about PvE content for these ones. I feel like they have good consistency in endgame as well, like talking trials. Like thinking about PvP. I feel like endgame wise, they're between S and A tier, maybe A tier. Maybe A tier, I would even say. Consistency and ease of use, I mean, you just need to dodge and you need to have a Threaded Spectre. But honestly, I've been playing it in Iron Banner, the build, not even with optimized stats because I had to equip all the Iron Banner armor and it felt really great. So I would actually put it on A tier because they are fun to use, honestly. I feel like they're actually pretty decent. To be honest, like look-wise, I don't like them that much. I don't like them at all. I guess they're pretty easy to use because you just need to dodge, right? So it's not like they're difficult to use. Consistency, I guess, is there as well, but I'm tempted to put them on F tier, dude. Because I honestly 5 seconds disorient for using your class ability. I don't see the value in it. I really don't. Radiant Dance Machines are actually pretty decent. I actually have a build, or had a build, that I used in the Nether quite a bit with them, and they saved my life so many times. It's a build on Prismatic where you like basically dodge midair, like you have Amplify, you have Ascendance and Threaded Spectre, and you do a million clones in midair, and that's really sick. I know there are a lot of I think, what was it, Last Word builds for PvP as well, and there's Tommy's Matchbook builds as well. But honestly, just because of the Nether and the synergy it has with Prismatic, I'm not sure about high hardcore end content. Because you're mid-air the whole time, and in GMs, you don't want to just be mid-air the whole time, in my opinion. I would put it on B tier. We can change that in the future, but for now, B tier. The speed loaded slacks. Okay. Endgame-wise, definitely not. I would not recommend going these in endgame content. I had a build with them, and it was quite funny. But they are not easy to use. Like, they are definitely... You have to do so many things to get the benefit out of them. Per se, the buffs are really good. Like 55 handling and reload speed is pretty sick, right? I would put them in C. They're really fun to play. They're really, really fun to play, in my opinion. They're great for support, but it's just that one... It's just this difficulty of keeping that stack up. I mean, you have 15 seconds, but still. I mean, Stompies, I don't know if I would put them in S tier, to be honest. I love them quite a bit for PvP. This is purely PvE, not PvE at all. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them in S tier. Like, before, when I started playing Trials and actually started grinding PvP, I've always used Worm Husk, because I like the HP. But then switching to Stompies, honestly, having the higher jump and the better mobility is pretty good. Based on experience, I would put them on S tier. I'm actually tempted to put these on S tier now as well, I'm not gonna lie. Because they are actually pretty good. I'm gonna put them on S tier. No, what? Why not? Why not? I'm gonna change the tier for it. Star Eater Scales, I mean, I have actually never used them. I know that like with Gathering Storm, throwing Arc Staff, it's supposed to be really good. I get 70% increased super damage for 14 seconds. Like, that is not bad. Probably A tier, I would say. I mean, it's really easy to use. Like, they're consistent, it's easy to use, you just need to get Orbs of Power. And high-end content that 70% can come in really handy. Even though I feel like in high-end content, you mostly go something to, as Hunter at least, you go something to suppress targets like Deathfall or Silence and Squall and stuff like that. So I don't feel like you're gonna go Gathering Storm, like pure Arc. I don't think you go something like Storm's Edge, to be honest. But maybe if you run like a Master Dungeon or something like that, or like just a dungeon and stuff, which is high-end / mid-tier content, I suppose. But it's still not bad. I would put it maybe in B, an A or B. Like one of the, I'm gonna put it in A for now. Bombardiers, dude. I don't know, dude. By base, it sounds really interesting, right? Dodging leaves behind explosives that detonates after short delay, damaging targets around it and creates a secondary effect based on the super's element. Blind, scored, suppress, slows, severs. Like, but how long does this effect last? So Arc Blind is 7 seconds. Scourge is 40 Scourge, which is actually not that much, to be honest. 40 slow stacks, which is not that much either, I feel like. Applies light suppression for 9 seconds. And Sever for, I don't know how many seconds. Her base is actually a really cool thing. If you could, like, spam your class ability, I feel like that could be very cool. Like, the blind from Arc is not too bad, I suppose. You could equip it with Prismatic. And then you're pretty open. You have everything that you want, right? I'm not too sure. I would put them probably in D with Frosties. Because they have a bit of usage. They're easy to use. They're 100% easy to use. They're consistent, I suppose, as well. I don't think they're that good in high-end content. Like, in the GM, I would definitely not bring these boots. Orpheus Rig, I mean, honestly, I feel like I wouldn't put it on S tier simply because it has only one purpose, to give you back your super, in a sense. But it does that really good. And I feel like in high-end content, that is actually still pretty viable. You create a ton of orbs for your allies. You suppress so many targets. Like, it's a really good super. Like, a really good exotic, in my opinion. Like, I've been using this exotic for probably since I started playing Destiny, honestly. Like, this is one of the first exotics I unlocked. Definitely going to be biased, but I would say A tier. I would say A tier. Like, super simple exotic and super easy to use. Lucky Pants. I don't know if I would bring Lucky Pants into GM content. But at the same time, like, if you think about Raid, for example, and, I don't know, a dungeon, I would definitely bring Lucky Pants is really solid, dude. I would actually say that. Honestly, I might put Orpheus Rig on S tier. I'm not gonna lie. I like Orpheus Rig way too much. S tier 100%, yeah. Lucky Pants, I think, has a solid spot in A tier. Because it's really good. Depending on that, it doesn't matter really which hand cannon. You just need decent perks. Like, obviously, Malfeasance, it's absolutely slaps with Malfeasance. But with other hand cannons, it slaps too. Because it's really simple to use. Holds up in higher end content too. It's very consistent. Just that the only thing that really makes it bad is the 10-second debuff on it. But I do understand that, because otherwise it would do insane damage. But overall, really good exotic as well. Assassin's Cowl. Definitely. Oh, here, this is difficult, dude. I would actually go S tier too. And I might be biased. Thanks to this exotic headpiece, I was able to solo flawless Ghost of the Deep. This headpiece is just insane for like rooms where you have constant stream of ads that are very concentrated. That headpiece saved me so many times in Ghost of the Deep, so 100% S tier. Blight Ranger, look-wise S tier, in my opinion. Look-wise S tier, but oh my god. It sounds interesting, right? It sounds interesting after the change, but I still would give it maybe a C. Maybe actually a D as well. Thinking about PvP, it could actually be interesting, but I haven't tested it. Like, I can't really say, like, on paper, it sounds interesting, but when you actually use it, it might be really bad. But I've not seen anybody use it, so I might put it in D tier. Celestial Nighthawk obviously converts your super into the famous... Your Golden Gun into the famous one-shot hardcore damaging super. and it has a good synergy with Still Hunt as well. But at the same, like, I like it. I personally haven't used it a lot, but I think I would actually put it in A tier. Because yes, it's good, or maybe like in B tier, honestly. Because yes, it's good. Yes, it's like insane damage, but it does one thing. Like, it does one thing, and that's about it. You get the higher damage out of it, and you get the synergy with Still Hunt as well is not too bad, but I don't know. I feel like it's a bit overrated. Thought Tracer, so Thought Tracer by itself, I'm not 100% sure. I think the ×4 weapon surge that you get is pretty strong. I think like is actually really easy to. I mean, I soloed with Spirit of Thought Tracer with an exotic class item. I soloed my first GM, so I think I would actually put it on S tier. Because it's actually really versatile. It doesn't matter what you use, like which subclass you use. As long as your ability, like one of your abilities if you run Prismatic, fits your heavy weapon, you do times, like you have 4 stacks of weapon surge for 15 seconds. That's a lot of time. So I think that's a really good overall helmet. Graviton Forfeit. It's not bad, right? Personally, I haven't used it. I wouldn't use this in high-end content, though. Obviously, you just run Void with it, or obviously Prismatic, as I said, with Stylish Executioner. But I don't know. I feel like it's very passive. It's not the play style that I like. It's still a strong headpiece, to be fair. So I would put it in. Knucklehead Raider is definitely a knockoff version of One-Eyed Mask. I know a couple of people who play this. Personally, I feel it's not bad. I would maybe put it in C. Like, thinking about trials, it's actually, like, it's easy to use because you just have to damage targets. It's consistent, obviously. Looks ugly. Personally, I feel like it's one of the ugliest hunter exotics there is. High content-wise, trials, I feel like it could perform pretty well. I put it in A, even though I've never used it. Because I know someone who's actually decent in PvP overall, and they used it for quite a bit of time. Mask of Backwards. It's definitely good for repositioning. It's good for counterattacking. I mean, it's versatile. It's not very versatile because you have to have stasis super equipped. I would probably give it a B, maybe. Wormhusk, to be honest. Oh, dude. I might be biased again, right? I might be biased. It might not be as good as I would put it in this list, but I feel like in PvP, it's really good. It's really strong. Like getting that little slither of health while dodging sometimes can literally win you the fight. Personally, I get annoyed when I have Hunter now because I don't run Wormhusk anymore. So I get annoyed every time I have a Hunter who dodges and gets his health back. I'm gonna admit that, but still a good helmet in my opinion. Certarachne, it's definitely a good helmet as well. I suppose you get like immediately while grappling, you get the woven mail, right? So for 10 seconds, woven mail is actually not bad for a grapple. It's very easy damage resist. I would actually use it in endgame content as well for GMs and stuff like that. To be honest, I mean, I'm literally using the class item with it. So I would definitely put it in S tier. Mask of Fealty, S tier, easy clap, dude, 100% for me. I've used it actually on contest mode on Vespers Host, and it absolutely smacked enemies. I was literally surviving on my own in different areas of Vespers Host with like ad spawning the whole time. So for me, 100% an S tier. The Aeon Swift Arms. I know there was one perk where it gives you like special ammo and stuff like that. On finisher though, personally I think it's not worth the risk to go into just for special ammo because it's so easy to generate special ammo and stuff like that now. Like they are very versatile because you can equip any subclass you want and stuff like that, but it takes up one exotic spot that I feel like you can literally equip something else and get way more benefit out of it thanks to your abilities and stuff like that. The Afir's Embrace. Weighted knife bounces twice and deals bonus damage. Personally, I would put them like the weighted knife. I saw that it does quite a bit of damage, but honestly, why it's kind of like I wouldn't use it in endgame content. You have to hit your knife, your heavy knife. You have to use the heavy knife, so you have to go solar. In my opinion, Hunter Solar is the worst solar subclass there is because you have no survivability. Yes, you can have restoration and you can extend it if you get the kills, but getting that in GM, I feel like it's a bit difficult. It's not that easy. It's easier said than done. I don't know. For me, it's an F tier. I don't like it. I don't like weighted knife I never liked weighted knife. It's fun. It feels like a really powerful ability. But personally, I never liked it. Caliban's Hand, actually, I did a build recently with it. And I'm absolutely loving it, dude. The Ignition, the Scourge, it's just awesome with the build. You do get forced to play solar, so it's definitely a versatile. You do have to equip the specific, the proximity knife. But it's really fun. It's 100% fun. Like, the fun factor is up there. Not high-end content, so not S tier. I wouldn't even put it in A tier. I would probably put it in B tier because you have to go solar, as I said. It's good. Actually, the fun amount is so high, I would put it on A. I definitely would not do a GM with it. I might do a dungeon with it, 100%. I would do a dungeon with it, but not a GM. Peppery Sting, to be honest, I never really liked. I never really liked. Like, you're punching and immediately uses your smoke bomb. I don't know. I feel like you have other exotics that fit better, like Orpheus Rig, for example. Or you would even go Gravity Forfeit instead of this. So I would actually put this in D. Liar's Handshake, I would put it on S, dude. Liar's Handshake, a build that I used, actually helped me solo flawless West's Host. It does insane amount of damage. You get insane healing by literally just punching. You do get forced to use. I know you can actually either use Pragmatic or the Arc subclass. But even if you use the Arc subclass, the healing from it is immense. It's so good, I swear to God. Like, I absolutely love. Thanks to that, I solo. No, Vesper. So sorry. I solo flawless Sandra Doctrine thanks to Liar's Handshake. So for me, it's definitely an S tier, 100%. Now these ones, the McNear's Trick Sleeves. Increases sidearm, airborne effectiveness, ready speed, and reload speed while you're critically wounded. Swapping to sidearm reloads it and increases its damage. Personally, I put it in F tier. I have a feeling people will insult me for this. To be fair, there are the rocket sidearms now, right? So it might be good with rocket sidearms, maybe. But at the same time, I don't know, dude. I haven't used it. I might put it in D because of the rocket sidearms. Because of them. But that's the only reason. Moth Keepers, dude. I know. So, I know there are a lot of good builds with it. And I know a lot of people like have videos where they're like, oh my god, Moth Keepers are insane in gym and stuff like that. But quite frankly, I put them in F. Because of the simple reason that the moths take so long to actually do something. Like, when you're in a GM, you need something that does immediate stuff, I feel like, personally. If I have an exotic, I need to have the immediate benefit from it. I can't just, like wait for a moth to fly 10 kilometers to actually do something. I don't know. I feel like the moths, very base, it was a good idea. Like, they're really cool looking. The idea is insanely funny. I love the idea they had with it. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't see the benefit of running these. And personally, I'm just really, really disheartened by them. Because, like, as I said, the moths just take so long to actually do something. Oathkeeper is literally just like bow. You have to run bow. And I honestly don't think they are great. There's literally like a meme in PvP where hunters go this and Bush and Triton Vice. To be honest, I have not tried them out, but their overall feeling I have towards them, they could be really good with certain glaives. For example, with Excalibur. In high-end content for example, Master Lock Sectors, I might not put them in GMs, but Master Lock Sectors were actually tested the Excalibur build I have as well. I feel like they could perform very well. Young Armor Spine. I feel it's a really fun build. I have a build and it's really fun. Like, the constant ignitions is really fun in my opinion. Wouldn't think of high-end content. It's easy to use everything. You get the ability back immediately. You get forced to play Solar. Again, not the greatest subclass in my opinion. But I think they're decent. They're really fun. So I would put them probably in B. Shards of Galanor, you don't see at all anymore. I think I might be biased a little bit, but I think B is still pretty good. Because quite frankly, like, getting your Blade Barrage back, like, up to 50%, I think, if I'm not, if I remember correctly. It's the same as Office Rig. Up to 50% getting your Blade Barrage back is actually really... Like, they're simple, they're strong. I would use them in dungeons. I would use them in raids as well, to be honest, like, for the damage, because Blade Barrage, I guess, still does decent damage, even though they're better options. Shinobu's Vow. I know there are crazy builds with it. I never liked the skip grenades, though. I feel like there are better options. But I know they do good damage. They have an additional charge. They're pretty decent. So I'm going to put them in C. Just because I'm a bit biased because I don't like the skip grenades. Otherwise, I would probably put them in B tier because they're easy to use. Arc subclass is decent, to be honest. Young Aham Karaspine. Now here, sealed. Now here, I read through the things because they changed them, I think. Like, you gain Nightmare Fuse. Nightmare Fuse grants 50 handling and airborne effectiveness while active. Readying a different weapon after getting Nightmare Fuel refreshes its duration of 35% increased weapon damage. 35% weapon damage is actually not bad. Like, scoring a kill with a weapon currently benefiting from damage buff grants you a fresh instance of Nightmare Fuel. In raids and stuff like that, that could be pretty good if you step out of the Well of Radiance. I mean, you go Well of Radiance, but maybe in dungeons and stuff like that, it could be pretty good. You just need to get a powered melee kill. I might put it in C because I haven't tested them yet, so I don't know how actually good it is, so I don't want to give it to B yet. But Renewal Grasp, in my opinion, is A tier, honestly. Because the damage reduction that you give to enemies, and the frost armor that you get from standing in it, is crazy good, in my opinion. Like, I have a build with it. I absolutely love it. It's with a bow that creates a lot of crystals as well, so you can spam grenades quite often. Might be biased in that opinion then, but honestly, Renewal Grasp, in my opinion, are just straight, like, so good. I mean, Gift of Conviction is literally S tier. Like, you can run either Arc or you can run Prismatic with it, and the resist you get, the damage resist you get from it, the joy you get from it, it's just crazy. It's just crazy good. Like, I don't think there's more to be said about that. Vision's Vest. Personally, I don't like it because I don't like Spectral Blades. I feel like Spectral Blades is not that good. I know people use it in PvP as well, and PvE as well. Certain people use it in PvE as well, and they say it's pretty good. Personally, I don't like it. You're so super invested for it because as well you use your super either to suppress a lot of targets quickly or to do damage. And this is like pure super kills in a sense. And that's about it. Like, super kills and then refund energy to keep going, kind of like. Okay, Gefalkens, I feel like is A tier. Because Gefalkens is an easy source of volatile. It's strong. You don't really have to do that much. You just have to go invisible. And you have so many means now to go invisible. It's crazy. So I feel like definitely A tier, in my opinion. Omnioculus, I know a lot of people like it. Personally, I don't know. Personally, I don't like it that much. It's 70 strong. It gives good resist and stuff like that. Personally, I feel like there's other things how you could debuff enemies and buff your allies. Like, I don't know. Personally, I don't like it that much. So I feel like C. The 6 for Yota, you get 2 dodges per charge. Simple as that. It's not tied to a class. Like, and you get an orb of power after you dodge. I didn't actually know that. That's actually interesting. It's pretty decent, 2 dodges. I would probably put it B tier. I wouldn't go in higher end content like GM or like Master or Sectors, but I would definitely go into dungeons and raids with it just to get the second dodger. Ophelia Spade. Get a second knife per charge. Get in final loop of a knives or temporary stacking damage bonus. Gambler's Dodge refreshes the bonus time. So I think you get immediately 2 charges when you do Gambler's Dodge. And you can have an other mean of getting your 2 knives back, but I have to say, again, I don't feel like it's that great. So you get for final blows. It might be fun. I'm gonna put it on C because it might be fun with knives, but at the same time, you just get 2 knives per charge. You need to get a kill to get it back. You need to use a Gauntlets dodge. No, actually, I will put it C. Yeah, let's go to C because it can be very fun to play. I feel like Regina's harness. I actually had a build with it, and I would put it on B because how it enhances Scattering Storm with calling down lightning and stuff like that, jolting and amplifying your allies, I feel like it's pretty good. You know what? Maybe C, actually. Dragon's Shadow. Dodge reloads guns and buff speed and handling. I feel this is PvP, and I feel like endgame PvP, having higher handling, having higher reload, I feel like it's pretty good, so A. Personally, I wouldn't use it, to be honest. Maybe I should B, because I haven't seen a lot of people use it. I wouldn't use it, but I know a lot of people do, because it's easy. Like, you get on every weapon, you get the buff. It's versatile, you can use whatever you want. You just need to dodge. So, Lucky Raspberry is improves Arc Ball Grenade. Like, I love Arc Ball Grenade, so I might be biased. I would, you know what? I'm gonna put it to C. Because I love Arc Ball Grenades, but I wouldn't put it in high-end content, to be honest. Raiden Flux, I know there used to be actually quite the builds with it. Like, you used to do quite a bit of damage, but I feel like the damage is not that great. Again, you need to use Arc Staff. It's good. It's definitely good. I would probably put it into C. Because you get higher damage, higher duration, I think, as well, if I remember correctly. Actually kind of surprised that some of these landed on A. Not surprised. Actually surprised about that I put Fortress on S, not gonna lie. When I started doing the tier list, I thought I would put it on C or something. All the others, though, very solid S, in my opinion. A. Die to scales. I mean, it's very versatile. It has good damage output. At the same time, I would maybe put it into B because it's versatile and stuff like that. But instead of getting highest super damage, you might want to go something different, like using another exotic. Lucky Pants, Faye, PvP, Knucklehead, Fair, Caliban's Hand. Oh, A, yeah, I'll leave it an A. Renewal Grasp, definitely A. Gefalcon's definitely A as well. We just changed these. Radiant Dance Machines B, 100% I would say so too. Nighthawk B as well, because you just, like, you do more damage with your Golden Gun and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it's a little bit overrated in my opinion. Graviton Forfeit, strong as well, but personally I don't really use it that much. Mask of Backwards is fun PvP wise, but it's a bit difficult to use, I feel like, and it's not versatile because you have to use stasis. This one for the glaive I would definitely try out. I haven't tried it out yet, but I would definitely try it out with my glaive build with Excalibur. Young Ahamkara Spine, super fun with Trip Mine. Not hardcore end content, but definitely fun to use, like with explode ignitions and stuff like that. Shards of Galanor, just super simple, honestly. These two as well, pretty simple. These were on the speed loaders. I wish they would be a bit different, I'm not gonna lie, because by base the buff they give is fun. It can be really good, but I don't know. Never seen anybody use them. I think I was the only one using them, and I actually did a build with them, and I think I was the only one. Because I never seen anybody else using these exotic legs. Shinobu's Vow. I don't know, I just don't see the point in going this, to be honest. Sida Hamkara Spine seems quite interesting now, to be honest. But in higher content, you normally always have a well, so... And the perk gets overwritten by well, so it doesn't really make sense in higher end content. So that's C. Omnioculus, personally, I know is actually pretty strong exotic, but personally, I don't know. I have to put it C. Ophidia can be fun, I think, but again, C. Ryuja's is very strong. You get forced to use Arc Staff, though. Arc Staff becomes very strong, in my opinion. But again, you get forced to use Arc and Arc Staff. I don't know. High-end content, I mostly use Deadfall or maybe the occasional Silence and Squall. Lucky Raspberry is fun, makes Arc Ball better, but I wouldn't say high-end content. Rain Flux, same thing. It's about kills here again. You need to get kills, otherwise you're not going to benefit from it. And high-end content, not too sure about that. Frosties, dude, I really wish they would be better. I feel like if they changed Frosties to, instead of getting 100% increase in ability, base charge rate, if it gives you like per second sprint, you get a certain fixed amount percentage of class of ability. Or like, you know, while getting kills, and like when you kill something, it boosts like up a stack. And on a certain stack, when you sprint, like you have maybe a 5-second timer, which is fine, right? But when you sprint after getting like 5 stacks, you get, I don't know, 5% to the least charged ability for each, for like every second. I feel like maybe something like that would make it great, to be honest. Might be actually too strong how I said it, but it would be great if they changed this a bit, because I really like the look of it. Bombardiers by base sounds interesting, but I just don't feel like it's too good enough to actually equip. Light Ranger is just, I don't know. I feel like that even with the changes, they completely messed this exotic up. It looks so cool. It's a real shame, because the look of it is just amazing. Carefree Sting, I don't know. This again, I'm just, oh no, sorry, this is not the invisibility, I'm dumb. Haha, this is the invisibility, this is the skip grenade. I never liked the skip grenades, but I know they're strong. This is the invisibility with the punch. I don't know about this one. Like, as I said before, I don't see the purpose of this, to be honest. I don't know, sidearms. I just put it in D because of the rocket sidearms, but you know what, I'm gonna put it in F because I really don't like them. Wizard's Vest, I can see the appeal of it. Personally, I don't like them either, though. Gemini Jester, I just feel they're useless. Like, there's so many better options to go where you consume your dodge. For example, I can't give the conviction, then going disorienting with this one, to be honest. Aeon Swift is just useless now, in my opinion, as well. These ones with the weighted knife, I don't know, I don't really see the benefit of going weighted knife, to be honest. I feel like there are better options. Moth Keepers, Spy Base, cool idea, design super insanely cool. Moths, I feel the moths take ages to go somewhere. I don't know, like even if you throw them on the ground literally where the enemy is, I just feel like it's not immediate. It takes too long to actually do something, and in GM that can be quite bad. I mean, Oath Keepers is literally just go, I don't know. So well, okay, nice. I guess that's the tier list of all the exotic armor pieces for Hunter. Some of these probably are not on the place they should be in the general eye. But it's my tier list. I want to do a tier list. It's my opinion. As I said, probably some of these are definitely higher or lower in the general view of people. But I do think still the tier list is not too bad.